I'm Nic Fanciulli and I'm here in Riccione, which is near the south of Italy, and tonight I'll be playing Echoes at Prince Club. Obviously I'm half Italian, half English, you can tell by the surname, well I hope you can. My background is from Rome, from my dad's side, and my mum's side from London, but over the years I've adopted more of an Italian sort of background because I've spent a lot of time here. When I broke up from school when I was a kid, I used to spend sort of 2 or 3 months over here, and I obviously learned the language. I did actually live here for a bit when I was younger, but I keep coming back, and it's for me it's my second home. I think the thing I love about Italy is everything really. It's like the people. Because obviously speaking the language helps a lot more than when you're just English and you're coming here and you don't understand it. The food, also the vibe of the, because obviously I work, I'm DJing most of the time when I come here. The vibe of the parties is great, and you find the crowd are really up for it, and they stay till the end of the night. The great thing about this place is they have a party on a Tuesday that will finish at like 10 in the morning. It's such a great place to play, and I love the vibe. They've got such a good house background with people like Def Mix were the first guys to bring it over, and now obviously Circo Loco's the main Italian sort of export at the moment. So yeah, I think people look at Italy as a place that a good place where you can come play house music really. Obviously when I first started out DJing, it was the case of what everyone else was doing, vinyl. But to be fair, to the start of my career, I was always against moving forward. I had a funny conversation with Mark Knight about when the whole CD era came into play. With the CD, CDs first started coming across, and Pioneer were developing, pretty much what is the standard now in nightclubs is the CDJ 1000, but the earlier day versions. And then once I got onto that, I was like, wow, this can go in any direction. And then I jumped onto Ableton, and I was taking Ableton on tour with me quite a lot. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. But I was having to take this Allen and Heath Richie Hawtin concept mixer with me, and that kept breaking down. So I was thinking, right, what's the next thing? And then I was like, right, obviously Pioneer then brought forward the DJM 800, and I was using Ableton with that and using that as the MIDI controller. And now I find myself using Tractor. I also had certain things with it. I had the Chaos Oscillator with it, which is like a drum machine that Chaos brought out. The Chaos Pad, which has all the effects with it as well. But I've also tried the portable MPC 500 I've been taking with me, that's got built-in drum sounds that we took on the Skylark live tour, and just anything that comes out I like to try and see how I get on with it really. And it doesn't mean I'm going to keep using it for every set, but it's something that I always like to try, because I want to sort of, it might, even if it brings 5 or 10% to my DJ set, I'm gonna use it. I started off in the whole bar culture thing in the UK, and people didn't care about sound systems then. They just wanted to put a sound system in a set of decks, not even a monitor. It got to the point where there wasn't even a monitor. But now you find when you're travelling, we're in a very fortunate position where the clubs that we play at have better sound systems. Obviously, everyone goes on about how good Function One is. One of my favourites is Dynacore. People like JBL, but people spend a lot more time and money and effort into making the sound systems good. It was like I did We Love Sundays at Space, and there's an amazing sound guy there called Hugo that always spends the whole of your set next to you going, right, turn that down, I'm going to bring it up on the house mixer, which I think is important, to especially the music we're playing it's very about the bottom end, it can be about the tops, and get the whole rounded sound, and so we can get the track across to the people on the dance floor a lot better. Favourite rooms, definitely the discotheque at Space. The End, where I had my residency in London. Womb in Tokyo is another fantastic sound system. But like I said, we're quite fortunate that the clubs that we do play around the world seem to have a good enough sound system that you can get your music across on. The label's run by Andy Chatterley and myself. We've been producing together for nearly 11 years now under Skylark and various other projects like the Buick project and stuff like that. And we have a record label called Save Records, which has been running for about 5 years, on and off, But this year we've decided to put a lot more time and effort into it, just because where I've been away touring, we haven't had enough time to concentrate on it, and now the focus this year was to make the label, you know, what we wanted it to make, and we signed artists like Joel Mule from Drum Code, a guy called Matt Nordstrom who's doing really well at the moment. We've had remixes done from people like David Esquilache, Mark Broom, Punk Devoid, Joris Vaughan, and we're really making it a label that we're proud of, and obviously our own music like the Nic Fanciulli stuff's going to be coming out on there, Skylark, Andy Chatterley, you know, he's doing the solo project stuff at the moment, and we're just doing our thing. And the one thing we're making sure with the label is that we keep quality control on it, and we make sure that we play the records, because I don't see the point in signing records that we're not going to play, and people can come to your shows and go, what's that record, we really like it, yeah, we signed it, it's on our label, it'll be coming out soon. The whole illegal download thing is a bad thing, but at the same time it's sort of helping your career because more people are playing your music. So it's a bit of a demon really, you don't really know how to deal with it. You know, the only thing you can try and do is try and stop it from happening as much as possible, because there'll be certain artists on the label that are trying to break through and trying to, you know, also make a living and a career at the same time, and especially producers that don't DJ, that's their lifeline, and you're finding now that a lot of producers are having to go and do live shows. You know, not that they want to go and do them, but they go and do them because they have to. And I'm not a massive fan of illegal downloads, but like I say, at the same time, if more people get your music, it's sort of not a bad thing. At the same time, it is a bad thing, if you know what I mean, without sounding cliche or anything like that.